Read all about it. The 80s arcade classic, which was ported to virtually every system at the time, found its way onto the Game Boy. You are the eponymous Paperboy, and with a constant forward motion along an isometric plane, are tasked with delivering papers to your subscribers by hurling them at their houses. You gain points for scoring a paper in their mailbox, but lose points if you smash their windows. Apparently, these papers are wrapped around bricks. Along the way, you have plenty of obstacles to avoid, such as mangy dogs, crazed motorists, runaway lawnmowers, and death. Over the course of a week, your aim is to convince the whole street to subscribe to you, while retaining current people by not missing them out. The NES version is vaunted for being an entertaining and wholly playable version of the arcade version. It sold really well, and can probably be considered a classic game on the system. However, the same is not true of the Game Boy version. This one is a direct port of the NES version, which brings with it a multitude of problems. When I say direct, this is literally a scaled down monochrome version of the same code from the NES game, which never really works. In fairness, a monochrome rendition of Paperboy was always going to be tough. Your subscribers' houses are different colours, so not having this at your disposal immediately makes your deliveries hard. Imagine how a postman would feel faced with a street taking all the numbers from their doors, and you've got it. Sure, subscribers are shaded slightly differently, but seeing as how you lose a lot of the visuals anyway due to the heavily cropped screen, you'll need to be a wizard to identify correct houses on the fly. With such a close perspective to your character, it's harder than it should be to avoid obstacles. Zooming out a little rather than cutting out so much of the play area would have been the logical solution. You barely get any reaction time, especially if you're on the road. Due to the random nature of the game, it's not even something you can learn. If you're in the road and a car appears, there's no way you're dodging it. In fact, I feel as though you still wouldn't have space to move even with the fastest reflexes. If you see it, you're hitting it. The Game Boy version of Paperboy stands as a great example of a recurring problem on the system. Sticking too closely to a home console blueprint and trying to shoehorn it into the little handheld was so often a surefire way of cocking up a classic franchise.